Good afternoon everybody, another day, another video. Today we're going to try and get to the bottom of why my Einhell has lost its power. For reference, this is an Einhell model WZVC, which stands for Work Zone Vacuum Cleaner I presume, 1930SA. Sale date 9/09/2016. The hoover has lost around about 50% of its power, and I know why this is. Story starts about a year ago when the bag tore, so I chucked the bag out and all the stuff that was in it. About 6 months ago, the internal filter, which is a cardboard paper thingy, pretty much disintegrated and fell to pieces, so I threw that out. And very foolishly I went on using the hoover, and I'm sure the camera can see it. You can see all these dog hairs laying around the hoover. This is the kind of crap that it has to deal with. Now if we turn this slightly, if we can see there, I believe that to be an internal sponge filter which you have no access to, and I suspect that the other side of that filter is clogged solid. So what we're going to attempt to do today is take the hoover apart and see if we can get at that, get it out, give it a clean, put it back, and then come up with some idea of filtering it. So we'll get the hoover apart. We'll try and do this. No reason why I can't do this actually on camera. And I think what we'll do, we'll chuck all this on the floor. There we go, plenty of room. We should be able to chuck this up here so I'm not bending. And as you can see, there's a range of Phillips screws all the way around here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give all them a quick spray with a plus gas. Not that it should make any difference because it's all in plastic, but we'll give them all a spray anyway. A bit of plus gas ain't going to hurt anything. I don't think it's going to do much for undoing the screws, but it's not going to do any harm either. There we go. We'll leave that for a minute or two, and then we'll get I've already been and got a selection of screwdrivers. I don't know what I've done with them now. Probably left them in the kitchen on the table. So we'll go and get them, and we'll have a crack at seeing if we can undo them. So an absolute first for me, the first screwdriver I picked up actually fits. I've already slackened off these three. They're coming undone very, very easily. I suspect it's because they're mounted in plastic. Again, this is one of those jobs I'm not going to be able to unscrew it and hold the camera. So I shall get them unscrewed and then we'll pull it apart and we'll see what we can see. Okay, that's all the screws out. I promise I haven't actually tried to take this apart yet. No idea if there's a rubber seal or any kind of gasket in there or anything. So, oh, it's hard. Yeah, that's not coming apart with me holding the camera. That's a little bit on the tough side. So we'll stick the camera there for a second. Hopefully you can still hear me. And we'll try. Ah, there it is, it's off. Okay, this is going to be a little bit more in depth than I thought. Oh, hang on. Right, I can get my fingers on the filter, but it's got like a grid in front of it, so it's not going to be able to actually come out. That's a little bit annoying, shall we say? But, oh well. Doesn't look like we've achieved a great deal by taking that off from there. Right, I'm going to have a look at this and see, there's got to be a way of getting that. I wonder if it pops out from the outside. Right, go put my glasses on and have a look. So, my hypothesis was correct. This is going to be very tricky to get in camera, but we will try. If I shine the torch in there, hopefully the camera can see it. I'll just keep moving the camera around. At some point it's going to pick it up. I think that's it there. That filter is clogged solid. You can see it very clearly from the inside. It is absolutely plastered. So that is definitely the problem. The problem I've got is, does not look like that filter comes out from this side. Although that could be a clicky thing there. Oh, this is awkward. See, I've got to be very careful. I don't want to go breaking anything, because it's all plastic. Right, we'll have a look at it from the other side. Perhaps it is designed to come out from this side, which would make sense. Ah, now there's an arrow there. There's an arrow there, and looks like a screwdriver slot. So this cover may well pop out from this side. Right, we'll have a go at that and see. If I break it, I break it. No great loss. So we got it. We'll turn the torch off. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, for... There. Totally impossible to film, but basically, we'll explain it as best we can. This piece here was at the bottom, so it was like that. And what I had to do, I had to get 2 screwdrivers. It clipped over that recess. If I get a screwdriver to point, that recess there is where it was clipped over. I had to get 2 flat screwdrivers, put one down, and then put the other one over the top. Twisted it so it lifted the tab up, and then pushed with a 3rd screwdriver, pushed it out, and it came straight out. So very durable, and there it is. And as we can see, that is pretty well clogged up. If I take the actual filter out, well, that's what it should look like, and that's what it looks like. So as you can see, if I start, I mean, I'm going to wash this and clean it properly, but there's what's clogging up the filter. As you can see, that's undoubtedly the problem. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull all that off by hand. That's better. I mean, look, it's thick around the sides everywhere, look. And I'm going to give that a wash, and then we'll put it back. So I didn't bother washing it, there was no need. All the crud came off quite easily, just pulled it all off. So that's pretty much ready to go back in. I mean, yeah, there's going to still be bits of dust in there, but you can actually see through it. Hopefully the camera can just about see light through that now. And I should be able to show you it going back in, even though I couldn't show you it coming out. Well, I'm not worried about lining up the slots. As long as it goes in there and it does its job, that's all I'm worried about. So, put this like this. Actually, leave it like that so you can see. If I put the light on, you'll be able to see it go in, I think. This isn't going to be the easiest of things for me to do while I'm holding the camera, but we'll have a go. Right, so that tab needs to go at the bottom. And we need to be lined up with a slot. So the first thing we need to do is put it in a circle like that. And start pushing it in. Now I've got to turn it to line it up, because at the moment that's nowhere near. Yeah, not going to be able to do that with and hold the camera. I'll have to line it up first. Right, I've lined it up, which wasn't the easiest thing in the world. Hopefully you can see this. I'm going to push it forward, and hopefully you're going to see it go over that little groove there and then click into place. So I'm pushing it in, I'm pushing it in, still pushing it in. Yeah. If I don't get out the click, it's going to blow out as soon as I put the hoover on. So really do need to do this. Christ, that's in there tight. Don't think you're going to get to see it click over. I think I'm going to have to tip the hoover up and push it in. But you can see where it has to go, look. I mean, there's the end there. Don't know if I can prise it with the screwdriver. No, I can't prise it with the screwdriver. Well, we can see by the dirt on the side there, there's still a bit of travel to do on it. But with 2 fingers on it from the other side, I should be able to do that. I won't cut you off, I'll put the camera down, so hopefully you might be able to hear it click in. You're not going to see it, but you might hear it. Crumbs, that is hard. Push it down with the screwdriver. I don't know if that's clicked in or not. Oh yeah, that's clicked over. I didn't hear it click over, but it has. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. It's definitely gone back over the slot. I mean, an easy way to find out is if I can pull it back out. If I can't pull it out, then it's over. Yeah, that's not budging. That's in. Right, we shall put it back together and we'll see how she goes. And the one thing I didn't do when it came out was mark the orientation, so I'm hoping it makes no difference. It certainly seems to have gone back fine. Well, anyhow, we'll stick all the screws in. Should have really cleaned them off first, but it'll be fine, I'm sure. We're not talking rocket science here. A bit of muck's not going to hurt. That ones don't want to go in. This does. That was just for dirt. See if we managed to lose any screws now. Nope, we got them all. How about that? Well, that one's not doing anything. That one's missing completely. That's not good. Oh, it's blowing a bloody gale today. Actually, I can now see that they're all off slightly. So this orientation does need to be turned a little bit. There we go. This one's still off, it must be bent. Now, if I line that one up, is it going to throw all the others out? Yeah, they're all slightly out now. What we'll do, we'll just do a little turn or two. So what I've done is I've put them all in and just given them a couple of turns just to locate them. Make sure they're all located in the holes. They've all gone about 2 turns in. And now we'll just go around and tighten them all up. Whenever you tighten something up, you always want to tighten opposite sides if you can. So that's that side first. So come over here, do the one dead opposite. That's the next one you want to tighten. Obviously I'm not actually holding it when I'm tightening it because I'm holding the camera. So the next one I'll do will be this one. Tighten it up. Opposite again is this one. And then the last one will be these two. So this one first. And then finally this one. And I think the plus gas did make a little bit of a difference. Even though it's only in plastic, it did lubricate them and make them turn a little bit easier. I think so anyway. There we go. Right. Now we're going to try my homemade filtration system. So, here's my homemade filtration system. Pair of tights. Ordered them off Amazon. £1.50. Why have I done that? Well, foam filters for these, they come in sets of 3. They're about £8-9. Just a bit of foam. Probably not as fine filtering as this is. Paper filters, obviously a lot more expensive, the cardboard filters. And then you've got the bags, which are very expensive. Problem with those, for me in my case, is only the foam filter would be any use, because I do a lot of wet hoovering. And if you watched for the DPF videos, you'll see the hoover was used to vacuum out and also blow out through the DPF. All that lovely black crap going up the hoover. So I don't really want paper bags and I don't want paper filters. So the only one I could possibly use would be the foam filter. And at £8 a pop, or £9-10 a pop, depending where you buy them. Yeah, probably would be okay. Me, I'd sooner get a pair of these. I shall get 2 filter goes out of that. Every possibility I'll be able to clean the filter off. If you can't and it tears, well, you use the other leg. So you get 2 goes out of 1 pack for £1.50. But anyhow, I've got a pair of scissors. I'm going to open that up, pull it off, wrap a bit of tape around it and then cable tie it. And we'll see what it looks like and then we'll try it out and see if it actually works. So here's the tights straight out the packet. I'm going to cut them about there. And I'm about to, I should probably get 4 or 5 goes out of these tights. But I'm going to cut them more or less where my hands are there. And we'll see if that goes over. Hopefully these will pull over. I mean, that don't look as wide as what a lady's leg is. I'd say it's about the same diameter, so hopefully these will stretch big enough to go over. This could be a massive failure, but we shall see. So, success, look at that. You can see straight through it, and that is a very fine filter. So we're going to stick some tape around it. This is actually waterproof tape. T-Rex, seriously strong tape. Yeah, whatever. Can't remember where I bought that from. Probably Amazon, knowing me. I'm using this one rather than gaffer tape because it's thinner. Going to wrap some tape around it. I don't know for why, it probably won't do anything, but I shall put some around it anyway. And then it will be cable ties pulled as tight as I can possibly pull them. And hopefully it will work. So as you can see, I've taped it round, and a cable tie, well, 2 cable ties, one wasn't long enough, so I had to join 2 together. Nice overlap there. So, then I've got a pair of pliers. Again, I can't hold the camera and do it, but got to hold the unit, give them a good tug with the pliers, and here's where I find out whether my cable ties are any good or not, because I've really got a yank on that. I need it to be tight. So, pretty much as tight as I can make it. We shall snip the ends off. Like so. And then just to be sure, I'm going to run tape round over the top of that now. Just to hold the cable tie in place. In case it does try to slip off there. I don't think it will, but doesn't hurt to be sure. So the last thing to do is test it. Now you can see I've taped it all the way round. It's nice and solid. Can't see that going anywhere, to be honest with you. But who knows the internal forces of a vacuum cleaner. This might just be a monumental failure. But I guess the next thing to do is test it. So, rotating head. I think this comes off a Henry vacuum cleaner, but I'm not 100% certain on that. I got it from somewhere. I think I bought it on a boot sale about 15 years ago, God knows. But that's turning quite freely with hand. Now, when I tried to use this before, when that filter was blocked, it barely spun that. It would very slowly, and you had to sort of start it manually by hand to make it spin. Wouldn't actually work on the floor. Once the brushes came into contact with anything, it just stopped them dead. So I'm hoping when I put this together, plug that in, that is going to spin. If it does, we've succeeded and we'll move on to the next test. Okay, I've got it wedged against the wall there. Time for a test. It'll probably fall as soon as I switch it on, but we'll try it and see. Wow, look at that. And they're spinning, mate. I can't even stop. That hurts to try and stop them. Well, you can hear it. They are really spinning. That has made so much difference. Wow, that really has made a difference. So, final test is then, we're going to subject it to a pile of dog hair, and then we'll have a look at the actual tights that I put round the what do you'd call it, the filter housing, I suppose. See if they've actually caught the hair. So I'm not going to run it through the power head, because this is purely a test for the actual pair of tights, well, bit of tight that I've cut and made my own homemade filter. You know what I'm on about. I just want to see if that actually catches the hair. And as you can see, there's a pile of dog hair there. I've purposely let it accumulate so that I could do this very test. So we shall switch on and we'll give it a go. This is Winnie, by the way. Not such a fan of the vacuum cleaner. But then I don't think most dogs are they? But we'll stick the power head on and we'll see if we can get up some more of that. Wow, you can really hear that power head spinning now. That is really going. Right, that's good enough, I think, to find out if this has worked. She really don't like the hoover. The reason I want it like this, my intention is to actually just mop the floor with boiling water, straight out the kettle, just tip boiling water down, mop it round with a mop, and then vacuum it dry with a vacuum cleaner. That's where I want the power head on, because it will scrub the floor sort of as it's going. The brushes will actually help clean the floor, and you vacuum the dirt, debris, dog hair, everything goes up inside the hoover. Anyhow, we've tested it. Now it's time to have a look and see if my little filter has actually worked. Right, I brought it back outside just in case when I lift it all the hairs fall off and go all over the place. So if that's going to happen, I'd rather it happened out here than in there. But anyhow, she's unplugged. We'll unclip it. We'll lift her up, stick her on the table, and have a look. See what we can see. Well, there's some stuck to it. A disappointingly small amount, actually, if I'm brutally honest. Nice pretty stars, but they were already on the tights. Very little on there. That surprised me. I expected that to be covered. So where are the dog hairs? Ah, I see the problem. It's still wet in here. So the hairs have all stuck inside the pipe. Like so. Lovely. Well, not a massive issue. I think it will work. There is something stuck to it. That's where it was obviously coming in. You can see it's wet. That explains the wetness. Oh yeah, it's soaking wet. I mean, time will tell. Time will tell whether it works or it doesn't work. But I'm quite pleased with that. So, what do we want to say now? This is an Einhell. It's an old model now. All the modern ones have got red tops, not blue tops. I presume lots of these wet and dry cleaners are going to have the same sort of hidden filter type thing. And I bet there's even people have thrown these hoovers out because that filter's blocked. So, check your hoover basically. If you've got one of these wet and dry hoovers, whatever make, be it a Vax, an Aquavac, an Einhell, any kind of workshop hoover, my tip is to check it and see if there is an internal filter there. It's easy to check on this one because that's actually the outlet is actually the blow function, where you can swap the pipe from where it is in the bowl there, and it goes on there, so you turn it into a blower, which is a very useful feature. The other useful feature about these hoovers is as well, it's got an extension lead built in. You can actually plug in to there, which is great if you're drilling a hole or something. You can actually drilling into cement or concrete or something, and it will you can use the nozzle bit by the drill bit to suck up the dust. Very, very useful little feature of these. But yeah, I'm happy with that. And like I said, a bit of a money saver. The foam filters for these are about 8, 9, 10 quid. The paper filters are considerably dearer, but they limit you, as do the bags. You can't suck up water with them. You can get a waterproof cloth bag for them, but they're very expensive. But again, I think it was under £2. I think it was about 140, 130, something like that, for a pair of tights on Amazon. Came on. I got Prime, so it came the next day. And I think that's going to do the job. That is going to catch 90%. And if I do have to take it apart to clean that filter again, now I know how to do it. It's not the end of the world. And when I started this morning, I was fishing in the dark. I didn't have a clue. But now I know how to do it. I could get it off in 2 or 3 minutes, instead of the 15 it took me. But this should prevent that from happening. Anyhow, I'll sign off and leave it there. If this video is of use to you, if you actually clean a filter yourself, do let me know in the comments. Remember to like, remember to subscribe, standard stuff that everybody asks for. I don't know why they do, but everybody says like and subscribe, so why should I be any different? And catch you all again soon. Bye for now.